Good afternoon, Inanda podcast viewers. Today I'll be your host, Didintle Kotsedi, a fellow grade 9 student here at St. David's Marist Inanda. Joining alongside of me today, it's our first team rugby captain, Mushonga, and first team hockey captain, Jack Waddell. We'll be talking about what sports means in St. David's Marist Inanda, basically. How are you guys feeling today?
I'm feeling quite tired, but I'm excited to be here.
DeAndre?
No, I'm feeling great. I'm excited to be here and a part of this new journey.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Guys, please take us on a journey on how you guys felt when you guys were being named first team captains of the winter season.
I would say that it didn't come to a surprise this year, but definitely in the grade 11 season last year when I got announced vice captain, that was like, I was ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. And then I also, you can't really go to your head. So I thought to myself that I really need to buckle down and think of my game and then start to think of the boys' game. So if I'm not on my game, then I really can't input into the team.
Were you surprised being named first team captain of hockey?
Yeah, last year I was. This year it was like a trial run last year that I could kind of get into it and get into the role before the season actually started. So this year it kind of came as a expected thing, and then so I hope the season's gonna go better.
That's fantastic, Jack. Mushonga.
I was really proud of myself. I think too many times I put too much pressure on myself. So when I was named captain, I was really happy. I'm excited to work with this group of boys. I mean, it's a special group. I want to change the narrative at this school.
A lot of people thought Brady was going to be captain. People saying Brady captain, Brady first team captain. Were you surprised when you were being named first team captain?
I was surprised that they actually chose me, but I don't doubt my leadership skills. Jack is a great leader. I mean, he's deputy head boy. He's our own personal headman on the rugby field. He's a great captain.
It's fantastic. So, guys, I want to know more about you guys. Who is Jack Waddell? Who is Jack Waddell?
That's kind of a broad question, but I would say I'm a hardworking guy and I'm quite disciplined, and I put in the extra work when it needs to be done.
Who is Didintle Mushonga?
I'd say I'm a product of very powerful ancestors. I think I'm someone who's resilient, someone who never backs down, and I'm just happy to be here.
You know you're considered the scariest man in the school. You know that, right?
I didn't know that. I'm not sure why actually.
It's fantastic. So guys, St. John's is coming up this Saturday, and it's one of our biggest games. It's like they are our rivals basically, and I want us to know, what are you guys doing as the captains to keep the pressure off the team? Yes, there will be mistakes on the rugby field and hockey astro. Yes, the people will be angry. People will be going crazy. I want you guys to know, how will you guys keep the pressure off the team?
I think we have a very different view this year, that we are trying to get the boys to just play for each other and for the school. And I think that if someone messes up you're gonna lose the ball. It's gonna happen. It happens to everyone. It's just part of the game. And I think that we trying to make it a point that if your mate messes up, then you help fix it. So it's more like a brotherhood that helps each other. So I don't think the pressure's all on them. But I'll also have my chats with them privately to just calm them down before we match, and I know that the coach will as well.
DeAndre?
I think the most important thing is that you mustn't hype up the event. I think too many times we say, oh, it's St. John's, or oh, it's Saints. They breathe the same air as us. They're the same people. So I think what's important is that you just keep the same processes. Nothing must change. The exact same processes stay.
That's fantastic, DeAndre. That's fantastic. What are your guys' goals for this season in St. David's Marist Inanda? And considering that it's your last year, obviously you guys want to achieve a specific goal.
I think this year that's a very broad question, and I think that we're trying to be competitive to whoever we play. We're gonna run hard. We're gonna pass, play hard, play the best of our abilities. But it's also about the boys that are in the D teams and the E teams, and for them to have fun. We want the whole hockey space to have fun. So this year we want the boys, like, even if you're in first team, we want you to have fun all the way down to the Ds. We want everyone to be involved and engaged with the sport.
D.
I think our main goals this year, for me, I think the most important goal is we need the people to believe. People need to believe in themselves. I want that grade 8 boy, when he's watching a first team game, to say, we can do this. Obviously, we want a better win rate compared to last year. But yeah, the most important thing for me is that we believe.
Guys, I want just to take us on a journey from your grade 8, start of your high school career, from grade 8 to now. What has been like the most important key factors in your life that has made you guys this gentleman that you guys are today?
Sure. Okay, so I would have to put credit where credit's due, and I don't think it's really me that has shaped my hockey playing. I think it's the people that I played with and me just absorbing the information. So, like, my brother, he was a big, big factor in where I am today with my skills and how I view the game. And then there's been some phenomenal coaches that have really made me enjoy what I do. And when in grade 8, it was scary, bro. You're coming in and you're seeing these big guys running around. You're like, I don't know if I can do that. And then you slowly get introduced into the school, and you slowly get bled into the upper echelons of the school, like the first teams, the second teams, and then you get exposed to the quality of the play as well. That's what really makes a difference. Is you playing your Jeppies, you playing your Paul Rooses, and getting exposed to those players that are already made SA under 21s, and that's what really like shapes a player and how they learn from the losses, not how you learn from wins. I don't think you really learn. You just like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you celebrate it, it's cool, but you really learn from the losses and you really take that in. So yeah.
DeAndre?
I think when I got here, I was very, very scared. First, I did think I was the guy in grade 7, so I was captain at my primary school. I thought, life is great. Then I got to grade 8, and these big guys were telling me to shut up every 2 seconds. So I was like, yo, this is quite scary. But I think, in grade 7, actually, this is where I really decided I need to go to St. David's. I watched a man called John Kelly play, and I said, I have to be like that guy. So, I mean, he would give me a few tips here and there. I mean, people like Mr. McLean, in grade 10, at the end of grade 10, he said to me, everyone is telling me you're the guy for the job except for yourself. So you need to put up your socks and show me that you are the guy for the job. So I think people like that are really influential in my life. I mean, my mom as well. They really shaped me to be the person I am today. And I think they encourage me to not undermine myself and to go the extra mile.
Interesting, man. You want to know what is the embarrassing moments of your life?
I don't know. I live a pretty simple life. I go to school, work, try to get as best marks as I can, and then basically just play hockey on weekends. I think this week I played like every single day. I played a hockey related thing. So I don't think I've really been embarrassed. Maybe. Oh, actually, there was a time in first team hockey, we got our head shaven. That was great at York Tour, and then there was a guy called Sean Slater. My goodness, bro. He left my ankles there. To this day, my ankles are still in York. So that was terrible. That guy's crazy. I fell over, and I think there was even a TikTok made of some of the boys in the team for sleeping on the field, like on their back. So that guy was crazy.
DeAndre.
Is it embarrassing? Is that in school or just in our lives in general? I'd actually say grade 9, Inanda hoops. We were playing JP, and all I had to do was make a very simple layup to advance, and I missed.
Wow. So, who has impacted your life in the present moment? Who has made sure that DeAndre is a gentleman, a scholar, a sportsman? And who has made Jack Waddell a sportsman, a scholar? Who has impacted your life?
I would have to say that like my parents play a big role, and how I was brought up. I was brought up very humbly, and we were not like given anything. We had to work for what we got. So we were never given like allowance or anything like that. We had to work for it. We had to do stuff. We had to get good grades, and it was like kind of expected. And then also my teachers. I have some great teachers, and like when you have a good teacher, you kind of want to work more. And I got some great teachers like Mr. Bauer, Mrs. Rogans, Ms. Baker. I got Miss Vink as well. Like you want to put in the extra effort for them. So that's kind of who I am today.
DeAndre.
I think it's definitely my family the most, specifically my mother and my grandfather. My grandfather is my guardian, so I'm not living with my mom at the moment. But my grandfather is someone who comes from a village, so when I hear stories about eating pop, peanuts, and water every night, to seeing where he is now, it's unbelievable, and it makes me think, someone is complaining that the supper's not great, or the boarding house folks are saying, the lunch wasn't good today. Someone doesn't know where the next meal is coming from. So my grandfather definitely makes me understand that I'm very privileged. I'm in a place where, I'm in an environment where people are pushing me all the time. Some people don't have that. And my mother ensures that I don't undermine myself. She reminds me where I come from, and why I'm here today and what my purpose is. So I definitely think those are my main influences.
Guys, that's touching. That's touching. What advice would you give a younger being so that they can achieve their goals and their dreams? What advice would you give them?
I would say have an open mind. Absorb information from anyone that you can, and then just keep at it. Discipline. You have to be putting in the hours when no one's watching, when no one's gonna cheer you on. Nothing. You're gonna have to put in those extra hours to get to your goals, and those are the two things I would say.
DeAndre, what would you have to say?
I would say don't sell yourself short. Don't undermine yourself. Whatever you think, this is my limit, I promise you can do just a little bit more. Whenever you think you're done, you're not. You can carry on going. And I would say, discipline. Just remember the processes. Even when no one is watching, make sure you're doing the right things, because everything has a good outcome. If you're putting in the work in the background, if you're working hard, people will see it. Even if it's not now, it'll come later. I believe in working on God's timing. So even if it's not for you right now, it'll be for you in the future.
Very inspirational. I took something from that. What code do you guys live by?
Treat everyone with respect. Don't sell yourself short, as he's been saying. And I would say that be humble. So I try to be humble. I try to work as hard as I can on my goals, because if you can't believe in yourself, who do you think is going to believe in you? And then, discipline. Every single day I wake up with a goal in that day. No matter what it is, if I have to work on Afrikaans or work on hockey or do some strength training I had a really bad injury, I had to. You don't even see the outcome or the results immediately. You have to be. It was like 16 weeks I was out, so I think that really also shaped my mindset for this year to just keep going, keep doing my strengthening training, and like it doesn't even like make a difference to my day-to-day life. So just keep consistent.
DeAndre.
I think my code is quite simple. My code is just do it. If you have an idea, yeah, like Nike, just do it. If you have an idea, if you have aspirations, just do it.
And that's it from us, guys. Thank you very much for watching our podcast. Thank you very much.